Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we are going to attempt question number 9 and question number 10 of chapter relations and functions of class 11th exercise 2.1 CBSE mathematics. Question number 9 is, let A and B be two sets such that number of elements in set A is equal to B and number of elements in set B is equal to 2 if x comma 1, y comma 2 and z comma 1 are in A cross B. Find A and B where x, y and z are distinct elements. Now we know what Cartesian product of two sets is. Here we have a set which is represented by A cross B, and this set contains ordered pairs A and B such that A belongs to set A and B belongs to set B. We know this thing as we have already gone through this very concept in previous videos. So here in question number 9, we are given that number of elements in set A is 3 and number of elements in set B is 2. And it's also given that A cross B contains elements x comma 1, y comma 2, z comma 1 with some other elements. As we know that A cross B will be having 6 elements, since set A is having 3 elements and set B is having 2 elements. So the total elements in this case will be 2 times 3, that is 6. So here only 3 elements are given, and from these 3 elements we'll have to find whatever set A and set B will be. So in this case set A will be, we know that A cross B contains ordered pairs such that first element of each ordered pair belongs to first set and second element of each ordered pair belongs to second set. And here the first set is set A and the second set is set B. So the first element of each ordered pair will belong to set A. Therefore our set A will be having elements as x, y and z, whereas set B will be having elements as 1 and 2. As repetition of an element is not allowed and this element has already been written in set B, so this element will not be written again. And it's also given that number of elements in set A is 3, whereas number of elements in set B is 2, which we have obtained. So our set A will be having elements as x, y and z, and set B will be having elements as 1 and 2. Question number 10. The Cartesian product of A cross A has 9 elements, among which are found -1, 0 and 0 and 1. Find the set A and the remaining elements of A cross A. So here again we'll be using the same concept, that is the Cartesian product of two sets. So in question number 10, we are given that A cross A contains 9 elements. Therefore, number of elements in set A will be 3, which means that set A will be having 3 elements, then 3 times 3 will be 9. And it is given that set A cross A has elements as -1 comma 0 and 0 comma 1 with some other elements. Thus our set A will be having elements as -1, 0 and 1, which means this element, this one and this one. Here we are taking both the elements of ordered pairs, because here this is the Cartesian product of a set with itself. So both the elements of ordered pairs will be considered. Here we have mentioned element 0 only once. Again, as we know that repetition in case of writing the elements of a set is not allowed, so we have written 0 only once. Now in order to find the remaining elements of A cross A, we will first of all determine all the elements of set A cross A. For that very purpose, we'll have to write the set A again, which is having elements as -1, 0 and 1. So the elements of set A cross A will be, so here we will form ordered pairs of first element of this very set with each element of this very set. So the first element will be -1 and -1, which means this element and this element. The next element of A cross A or ordered pair of A cross A will be -1 comma 0, which means this element and this element. The next element will be -1 and 1, which means this element and this element. Now we'll be forming ordered pairs of this element, element 0, with each element of this very set. So the next element will be 0 comma negative 1, which means this element and this element. The next element will be 0 comma 0, which means this element and this element. The next one will be 0 comma 1, which means this element and this element. Now we'll form ordered pairs of this very element with each element of set A. So the next element will be 1 comma negative 1, meaning this very element and this element. The next one will be 1 comma 0, meaning this very element and this very element. And the last ordered pair or element is 1 comma 1, meaning this very element and this very element. Therefore, the remaining elements of set A cross A are, here the elements negative 1 comma 0 and 0 comma 1 will not be written as they have already been mentioned in the question. So the remaining elements of set A cross A will be negative 1, comma negative 1, 1. The next one will be 0 comma negative 1. The next one will be 0 comma 0. Next will be 1 comma negative 1. Next one will be 1 comma 0. And the last one will be 1 comma 1. Hope this makes sense. Do subscribe to the channel for more such content, and thanks for watching.